Today's video is about why 95% of the Rosemary chooms who think they can simply Minoxidil their way out of hair loss and think it can be beaten naturally, leaving their DHT completely undefended, the only thing they actually end up doing 100% is to get a hair transplant sooner than they think. And although this is actually a decent protocol if you are a teenager with male pattern baldness, who thinks he's too young to take things like finasteride or dutasteride, for more aggressive hair loss progressions as well as the long-term hair keeping effects, these things are just not gonna be enough. But it's fascinating to see that some natural hair regrowth people actually get literally pissed for guys getting hair transplants after having tried the natural route and realize it just wasn't enough. And this just goes to show you how uneducated most people still are about the true causes and mechanisms behind the male pattern baldness. Now let's play this clip of this gent named Zep Sanders. Seems like a very charismatic and funny guy who is about to get a transplant after being on minoxidil, microneedling, tretinoin, and rosemary oil for almost 2 years.
So there's a lot of you guys that are upset that I'm getting a hair transplant, and I just don't understand why. The last 2 years, I've tried everything to get my hair back, and I did step by step, stayed consistent, and shared you guys my entire process. This channel was never about getting my hair back naturally. It was about getting my hair back. I wanted to bring you guys along for that journey, as I wanted to do anything I can possible to be happy with myself. And we're able to show what was possible with at-home remedies and things that are provided to us. And to be honest, it's been ridiculous how much hair I've gotten back because I'm even happy with what I got now. And what people don't understand is a hair transplant doesn't change anything. I still have to keep my entire routine, minoxidil, finasteride, natural oils, Derma stamping, the tretinoin. Like, you don't just stop going bald because you get a hair transplant. You're still losing your hair. Without my routine, I'm just gonna keep going bald. And if I don't use a routine, I'm just gonna have to keep going back for hair transplants. But you don't have endless hairs to transplant to your head. So nothing changes. The transplant's just a cherry on top, and the only thing changes is my excitement.
Of course, he was always gonna do the transplant sooner or later, especially if you start saving your hair from the point like Zep, where a lot of damage has been already done by the DHT because you didn't catch your hair loss early, and the majority of your scalp hair follicles has already miniaturized on top, close to 50% or more of their original diameter. Of course, you will not be able to reverse this, nor with the current treatments on the market, not even with finasteride or dutasteride. These things are all meant to be utilized early on when you are like a Norwood 1.5 to Norwood 3, but once you have advanced diffuse thinning on a large scale or some vertex crown area thinning, you have to still of course use these treatments, but you gotta rely on a transplant already. Now if you're gonna rank to the top 10% as a hyper-responder to this combo of needling, rosemary, and minoxidil, like it was the case with Zep, you will get amazing gains, but even these types of guys won't be able to hold on to those gains because they are not doing anything to block the DHT. Using a topical anti-androgen like RU58841, CB0301, or pyrolutamide, or a DHT blocker or 5AR inhibitor like finasteride or dutasteride. And I think nowadays guys who are following many hair loss influencers, especially on TikTok and Instagram, are not being told the importance of this DHT blocking part of the hair loss equation. So here's what they don't tell you. The more you understand this, the longer you will be able to keep your hair. Your age is on the right, baldness scale on the left. You start losing your hair at spot T. Spot T triggers your first noticeable hair thinning phase. The thinning phase, the telogen phase, is followed up by a phase of new hair growth. Anagen phase. See the red line? It's the DHT-induced hair thinning intensity. It can be steeper, which means faster hair thinning, or flatter, slower hair thinning. The black line is the anagen growing phase of your hair follicles. The shorter this line, the more frequent shedding periods you will experience in your life until you go bald. This cycle repeats every 2 to 7 years. Minoxidil is the anagen phase enhancer. It will prolong the black line and make you go bald later. That's not enough though. By taking finasteride, the DHT-dependent hair thinning intensity will go from steep to flat, which means delaying full baldness until later age of your life or not having to experience full baldness at all. And that's the reason why anybody and everybody who has male pattern baldness should first focus on how to target that DHT, that miniaturization effect first. Always. That's the reason why I was not successful in reversing my hair loss early on, because I started with Minoxidil as well. And then I just kept losing more hair. I wasn't able to stabilize anything, so I had to do a hair transplant. And then after that, I realized how important that DHT blocking part of the equation really was. And now I'm taking the finasteride, of course. Now, you wouldn't believe this, but social media algorithms are actually partially responsible for this trend as well, because whenever I create a microneedling related video, it gets picked up by the algorithm and it's gonna get so many views. And I see it with other hair loss creators on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube included. But whenever we do a more insightful video or breakdown of topical anti-androgens, DHT blockers, nobody's gonna watch it. We get thousands of views at most. And now back to all of those natural remedy lovers who try to now get mad or get pissed off on guys like Zep for just folding and getting hair transplant and giving up on all of that natural remedy work. Well, you have to be realistic, okay? If you have been doing this for 2 years consistently, already hats off. People think that the longer you will continue a natural remedy protocol or any protocol that is related to treating hair loss, it will get better every year, like linearly. No, it's not how this works. We know that with Minoxidil, you get peak efficacy in about 5 months. It's the same with microneedling, between 3 to 5 months as well. And then with natural remedies, it will be probably even less. But there's limited data to this. With finasteride, it is 1 to 2 years. With dutasteride, we see 6 months to 12 months because it seems to be working better and more intensely than finasteride. So these are the time frames. So once you have been consistent with a certain protocol that is verified by data, by scientific evidence, by randomized placebo-controlled trials, and you've been on it for a year at least, ideally 2, you can get a hair transplant safely as long as other parameters like your donor strength, anagen-telogen hair ratios, and your expectations are also in line with what hair transplant can actually give you, and you'll be happy with it, then you can do it. And for all of you guys who are interested in my one-on-one consulting services, check out the link in the video description below where you can learn more about how I can help you one-on-one with finding the best hair transplant clinic for your hair type, expectations, and budget. We have a huge database with more than 2,000 clients, more than 50 different clinics worldwide, got great results, and saved hundreds of times researching, figuring out what's the right technique, which doctor should I trust, can I get the results that I'm looking for, not get scammed, not end up in wrong hands. Check out the link below. I will be happy to help you and support you personally, as well as give you any hair loss and hair transplant related feedback, how to take care of your hair in general, but also after hair transplant, the post-hair transplant care, and all these things. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to be seeing you soon in another one. Take care.